So this is the story about my experience of applying to schools when I was about to do my bachelor's. I figure this is appropriate because of the time of year. This is July/early August, and it's about the time where CXC and CAPE results come out if you're in the Caribbean, and the time where GCSE results come out in the UK. I'm not too sure when results in the US come out, like SATs and all that stuff. I don't know how that goes here, but I figure it's appropriate to share my experience of what happened when I was applying to go to school in the UK for my bachelor's. So I applied through UCAS. If you're looking at it, because I have my notes to make sure that this story time flows. So I applied through school. I applied through UCAS, which is the united body that has all of the schools in the UK. So I did my research through UCAS and also applied to the schools by UCAS. And I had narrowed it down to Queen Mary, University of Queen Mary and University of Kingston. Both schools are in London. And I wanted to do a double major. I don't know what they call it in the UK, but I know in the US it's called a double major. And I wanted to do business and geography. I know it's a weird combination, but I had a plan, okay? So I applied for business and geography to both schools. And I was offered a conditional offer by both schools. But Queen Mary had offered me a position for business and not for geography. And Kingston had offered me for geography and not business. So I had to choose. So I went with Kingston, I believe it was, for geography, and had denied the offer from Queen Mary. So I had one school, and I was looking forward to going to Kingston and all that stuff. Now while I was applying, I was still in sixth form. So I hadn't done my second year exams yet, although I was preparing for them. So I did the exam, and I forget how many points, because the UK schools go on a point system. I forget how many points Kingston had required me to get in order to be able to be admitted on the conditional offer. Whatever the points were, when my results came back, I was like less than 5 points off from what they asked for. So I knew that I knew that what I'd gotten was not what I asked for. So I was, woe is me, lamenting, not really crying, but all down on myself, talking to my parents. And my father was the one that said, well, go ahead and submit the application, go ahead and submit your grades, and hope for the best. So, because you never know, they might have offered me to do offered me to do a foundation course or something like that, because like I said, it was less than 5 points. So I applied, sent in my slips so that they can, could do the calculations, because the UK schools don't go on the same point. Sorry, CAPE results come out in a letter form, whereas UK schools go on a numerical system. So I wasn't sure what the conversion was, so I sent them my slip so they could do the math or whatever conversion they were going to do in order to make the decision. Anyway, the decision came back and I was denied. So I am even more woe is me at this moment, and to add insult to injury, I had already prepared everything for me to arrive in the UK. So I already had my ticket, I already had accommodation worked out, I already had everything sorted out, but I just didn't have a school. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to the UK for nothing, which I guess some people think, oh, it's a vacation, but no, I was like, I'm going to the UK, I'm going to school. That was my thought process the whole time. Going to the UK, I'm going to school, and then this happened, so I'm like, I'm going to the UK, but I'm not going to school, so what am I going for? So, after I had dried my tears, metaphorical tears, and got myself together, I went back to do researching to see if I could find, basically if I could turn this situation around. So in doing my research, I found this thing called clearing, which is, clearing is where all of the schools in the UK, basically they submit their empty spaces to UCAS. So in cases where people like myself who were being offered conditional offers, we already held a spot in the school. So when the offer falls through, then that spot becomes available, and so that is what clearing is. So I found clearing, and through clearing I found the University of Greenwich. So I am an alumni of the University of Greenwich. If you are, then shout out to you. So I applied to the University of Greenwich, and I applied for geography. I didn't even bother with the business part of it. So yeah, I applied for geography and I got in. Now I was all excited because geography is one of my, well, at the time it was my favorite subject. So shout out to Mr. John Hanley. He was my teacher in sixth form and he made it very fun, and it just added to the love of it. So yeah, if you didn't know that about me, I love geography. I like geography. Anyway, so yeah, I applied for geography, I got in, I went to Greenwich, and I don't regret it. I feel like, you know, the old people say, what for you, or what not for you, or whatever the saying is. But I feel like Queen Mary and Kingston, they weren't for me. Because when I went to Greenwich, I had a whale of a time. I met people, I learned a lot of life lessons, and I learned a lot academically, of course. I graduated and I don't feel like I lost out on anything. So I guess the moral of this story time is, it's that time of year where the results are coming out, and you might not get the results that you want, but it's not the end of the world. There are other ways and avenues to make the best of what you have. Some people might even go and reset exams if you want, that's your preference. But I feel like if your grades are not that far out from the mat, then work with what you have and try to make the best of it. Because once you sit and do exams again for CXC or CAPE and all that stuff, you're not guaranteed a better grade. I think that is something that you people need to realize. You're not guaranteed a better grade. So if you can work with what you have, then I would recommend you do so. If you are planning to go to school in the UK, and like I said, you're not far from the map, try and find a school through clearing. I don't remember, because this was a while back, I don't remember what time clearing starts, as in the application process, and I surely don't remember what time it ends. But I think it ends somewhere around October-ish, because schools in the UK start around October, so it has to end before school starts, right? So yeah, the moral of the story is, it's not the end of the world if you did not get your results. I turned out fine. So yeah, if you like this video, please like it. If you are coming from Facebook, then please subscribe. I just started this channel and I think I'm liking making videos, so I just might continue with this trend of making videos. So yeah, please like, please comment. I don't have a problem answering anybody's questions. I've been to school in the UK, I've been to school in the Caribbean, I've been to school in the US, so I think I'm qualified to answer most questions, and if I can't, I'll try to send you in the direction of somebody who can. So yeah, leave your comments, like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.